Hey, what's good everyone? Welcome to Diaries, local Iceman here. For today's episode, I'm going to do a video about the last step of the blade changing process that takes place on the ice. It's something I didn't get to in my first videos just because I was running out of time and I couldn't really fit it in. And to be honest, it's something I always don't get to do because of scheduling demands. I would have to schedule a blade change around open ice because you have to drive on the ice and perform this, but it's something that you have to do. So if I can't do it right at that moment, I'll do it a little bit later on in my shift. It only takes about 5 minutes to do on the ice. So what I'm gonna do is show you here in the Zamboni what I'm talking about. Then we'll drive on the ice and actually do it. All right, so the final step of the blade changing process. I got a nice sharp blade on there. Go ahead and check out the blade changing videos if you haven't to see kind of exactly what's going on and to get you to this point right here. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna drag the conditioner onto the ice, drag the blade on the ice, so to say, for about 10 feet. And look at the snow pile that's left behind to see if it's consistent and level from one side to another. You're going to do this with the towel in the air as well as across the center of the rink because it's the most levelest. So what we're going to do is basically after you get done backing the machine on the ice, you go ahead and start moving forward and slowly lower your conditioner down. Then once your conditioner down, you start slowly lowering your blade down until you get a nice consistent scrape from one side of the conditioner to another. Then go ahead and drag it for about 8-10 feet. Lift the conditioner up, pull forward a little bit so you can see the snow pile that's left behind. And what we're looking for is a nice consistent pile from one side of the conditioner to another. If you have a nice consistent pile, you're good to go. There's no adjustments that need to be made. But if you have more snow on, say, this side over here than this side, you need to raise this up a little bit. And it really depends on how extreme it is. If you have, how can I see it? The more extreme it is, the more adjustments you're going to need to make. So if you have a situation where you have consistent pile here, then it gets really inconsistent right here. It's not very much right here. It's going to take a greater adjustment than if you have just a little bit on one side that has too much snow or not enough snow. So it really all depends on how extreme you are. And one thing I'll say, this process really depends on how accurate or precise you are with the initial leveling of the blade with the runners. So if you get that really precise, spend some time on it. Not a lot of time, doesn't take too much time, but really make sure that the blade is equal with the runner. When you go do this process, there's gonna be less, if anything, adjustments that need to be made. Sometimes I don't have to make an adjustment, sometimes I do. Typically for me, it's always gonna be on this side right here. It's usually a little bit too much, so I raise it up a little bit, or if it's a little bit too less, I raise it down. I don't really get a situation where I have tons of powder on one side and no powder on the other side. It's usually pretty consistent across up into this last part. For me, I don't know why, I typically don't have to adjust this side over here. And like I said, the more precise you are with the initial leveling of the blade and the end of the blade with the runner, the less adjustment you're gonna have to do at this point on the ice right here. So let's go ahead and back the machine on the ice and I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, I got sufficient RPMs. I'm gonna go ahead and lower it down. Down a turn. 10 feet, lift her up. There we go. I'm gonna hop off, take a look around here real quick. See maybe perhaps a little more powder on this side than on this side. It's not gonna be always even. You just gotta look for the total powder amount, because sometimes you get a little spot where the wash water hose is, a couple flares right there, but that's all right. So let's go ahead and raise this thing up just a little bit. It doesn't take very much. So right about, I think like that. Let's go ahead and drag it one more time. That's looking really solid. That's looking really solid. Yeah. So I just want to take a look at it. If I'm looking through the screen here, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm going to call that really good. I get the same amount of powder from the left side of the conditioner to the right side of the conditioner. It all looks good, so the blade's set. Again, the final step of the blade changing process takes place on the ice. So we're good to go. Let's get that towel down, put the ratchet in the box, and we're good to go. All right, towels down, ratchets in the box. That's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching. As always, hope you learned something. And like the local Iceman says, stay cool.